And Valley Congress members were there for the historic address.
KC24's Ben Morris joins us live in studio now with reaction from both sides of the aisle and from local protesters. Ben.
Emily, Eric, I spoke with Valley Congressman John Duarte and Jim Costa to get their feelings following Netanyahu's fiery speech in Washington, both agreeing with much he had to say.
Remember this, our enemies are your enemies. Our fight is your fight, and our victory will be your victory.
Passionate words from Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu addressing Congress in an attempt to bolster support for the Israeli fight against Hamas.
He's just a tremendous ally of the United States. His individual history with United States leadership goes back 50 years. So it was a historic time, and you could sense it on the floor of Congress.
I think the Prime Minister clearly wanted to indicate the challenges between good and evil in the Middle East.
Republican John Duarte and Democrat Jim Costa both support Netanyahu. Costa continuing hopeful calls for a ceasefire.
This would end today if Hamas would agree to a ceasefire and to return the hostages. And then we could talk about trying to focus on the people of Palestine.
The speech comes 9 months after Hamas' attack on Israel left over 1,200 dead and hundreds taken hostage, as the Gaza Health Ministry reports nearly 40,000 Gazans killed. In Fresno, pro-Palestinian protesters gathering to speak out against the Prime Minister's visit while continuing to call for an end to the violence.
I think it's outrageous that he's presenting to Congress and getting the welcome mat, struggling for his own survival politically and from criminal charges, but also to ask for more weapons.
Congressman John Duarte agreeing with Netanyahu, referring to protesters in a different way.
It's freedom of speech, but they are useful idiots, and it's fine to let them have their say, but we really need to dismiss them and go to people who have real solutions.
Once again, Netanyahu is scheduled to meet with President Joe Biden, Vice President Kamala Harris, and GOP presidential nominee Donald Trump before heading back to Israel. Reporting live here in the studio, Ben Morris, KC24, local news that matters.